Hello and welcome back to the channel. Imagine this. You've boarded your flight, found your seat, and you're just getting settled in. Then, before the plane even pushes back from the gate, the emergency slide suddenly inflates, completely blocking the jet bridge. It sounds like something from a movie, but that's exactly what happened on a recent Delta Airlines flight. Stick around as we unravel how one seemingly small error triggered a huge and costly mess. Today, we're diving deep into an extraordinary incident where a flight attendant on a Delta flight accidentally deployed the emergency slide during pre-departure, causing major disruptions. We're going to break down exactly what happened, step by step, explore why this is such a significant issue, and discuss what you, as a passenger, should take away from it. Ready? Let's get into it. The incident took place on Delta Airlines Flight 3248, which was scheduled to fly from Pittsburgh International Airport to Salt Lake City. The aircraft was a modern Airbus A220. Passengers had boarded. The cabin was secure, and everything seemed to be proceeding like any other routine flight. The jet bridge was still connected to the aircraft. Then, just moments before the plane was supposed to push back from the gate, the emergency slide at the forward left door, known as Door 1L, suddenly inflated. This wasn't an emergency evacuation, it was a complete accident. The massive inflated slide instantly blocked the connection to the jet bridge, trapping everyone on board and bringing the departure process to a grinding halt. The flight was significantly delayed, and the ripple effects were just beginning. So, what exactly went wrong here? Let's simplify the technical side of it. Before a plane takes off, the cabin crew arms the doors. This is a critical safety procedure. An armed door means that if it's opened, the emergency slide will automatically deploy and inflate. This is designed for rapid evacuations. On this particular flight, the crew had correctly armed the 1L door as part of their standard pre-departure checklist. The problem occurred when, for some reason, the door handle was lifted or the door was partially open from the inside while it was still in that armed state. This action is the trigger. The system did exactly what it was designed to do. It deployed the slide. The slide, which is packed tightly inside the doorframe, burst out and fully inflated, pressing right up against the jet bridge. Because the aircraft was still attached to the gate, it couldn't move. This led to hours of delays for the passengers and a logistical nightmare for the airline, causing many people to miss their connecting flights. Now you might be thinking, okay, a slide went off by accident. What's the big deal? Well, it's a very big deal for several reasons. First, let's talk about the cost. An emergency slide for an aircraft like the A220 isn't cheap. Just replacing or repacking the slide itself can cost anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000. But that's just the start. You have to add in all the other costs. Paying the ground crew for the extra hours they spent dealing with the situation, the expenses of managing the delay, providing hotel vouchers for passengers who missed their connections, and the complex task of repositioning the aircraft and reassigning crew. One report estimated that the total cost of this single incident could easily reach a six-figure sum. Beyond the financial hit, there are serious safety implications. These slides are powerful pieces of equipment designed for life-or-death emergencies. When they deploy unexpectedly on the ground, they can damage the aircraft, the jet bridge, and other ground equipment. They also block a primary exit and can pose a risk of injury to anyone nearby. Operationally, a long delay at a single gate can create a domino effect across an airline's entire network, impacting dozens of other flights and thousands of passengers throughout the day. So, from a procedural standpoint, what was the breakdown? In the simplest terms, the door should have been disarmed before anyone attempted to open it for non-emergency reasons. The crew correctly followed the procedure to arm the door for departure. However, the subsequent action lifting the handle while it was armed was the critical error. It's a perfect storm of human error meeting an automated safety system. This kind of mistake, while thankfully rare, highlights how reliant aviation is on precise sequencing and a system of cross-checks. Every step has to be done in the right order. This incident is a powerful reminder that even in a highly professional and regimented environment, a single slip-up can lead to a very public and very expensive problem. So, what does all of this mean for you, the passenger? There are a few key takeaways to keep in mind for your future travels. First, always know where your exits are. It sounds basic, but on every flight, take a moment to look at the safety card or watch the demonstration and identify your two nearest exits. Being prepared, even for the unexpected, is always a good idea. Second, be aware that delays can happen for all sorts of reasons. Mechanical issues or procedural incidents like this slide deployment can cause significant disruptions. If you have a tight connection, it's wise to build in some buffer time to account for unforeseen events. And finally, if something unusual does happen on your flight, stay calm. Airlines have extensive procedures and dedicated ground crews ready to handle these situations. An odd occurrence like this doesn't mean the flight is unsafe. Remember that behind the scenes of every single flight, thousands of checks and procedures are being performed to ensure your safety. This incident just shows how even small errors can have major consequences. And there you have it, the full story of how an armed door and a single pull of a handle caused an emergency slide to deploy on a Delta flight. It resulted in huge costs, a long delay, and served as a powerful reminder of just how complex and sensitive airline operations are. The key lessons for all of us are preparation, awareness, and a little bit of patience when we travel. If you found this breakdown interesting and want to learn more about the fascinating world of flight, safety, and aviation incidents, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what topic you'd like me to cover next. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you safe travels out there.